Jay, all right, good job. Double exposure effect. We have seen this a little bit earlier in the composition. I think Michaela's. Um, yeah, I think Michaela did the double exposure effect, so we'll be able to see that right now. For some reason, it's not opening. Oh, here we go. All right, while that's opening, for some reason, it's taking its time. I just want to show you her results, but it's a good technique. It's an interesting technique, and yep, there's hers. So yeah, it's an interesting technique, and if you go ahead and watch my response to Michaela's post, my whole thing is that when you're looking at these videos, you really have to decipher when are they relevant to a professional design workflow? And this is one that I think is more of a specialty tutorial. This would have to be a specialty project. I think this is something that we would use daily in our Photoshop workflow as professional designers. Nonetheless, it is a super interesting technique, and it's very, very effective in different instances. The tutorial itself, I think, is done very well. Some good advice here. So I think you've picked a pretty decent um, a pretty decent source here. So I was glad to see that. Okay, so back to your image. I just want to mention a couple of things in your image. Whenever you are deciding what effects you want to put on an image, you have to really take a good close look at the underlying image, and whatever effects or techniques that you decide to employ, you want to make sure that you're not changing the message of the original image. And I think that's really important. Let me tell you what I'm kind of referring to right here. So this, um, um, to a high degree, right here, the tats, the gold chains, the open sweatsuit, that all to a high degree points to message making. What is this saying about this man? I think that it's really giving some definitive characteristics, and to me, it kind of points to a hip hop type presence. And what we've done here is it's a very effective technique. You've done a good job execution wise, but we've kind of taken that flavor out of I don't. So I'm seeing like kind of this urban hip hop um, persona, right? But we're losing that here. And that's one thing. I'm not saying you did anything wrong. You did a great job on the effects. As a matter of fact, I love the composition here. I think you took it a step further, and it's really interesting. But I just want you to be aware that when we apply these techniques and these heavy production techniques, you really want to preserve the original image, the message of the original image. And that message was intended by the photographer and the subject. And so as designers, we don't want to change that message too much. Does that make sense? I think it's an important concept for a designer, and it's one that I want to drive home here. And I think it's really important. If that makes sense, that's fantastic. If not, please let me know. I'll clarify, because it's truly important. All right, great job. Good execution. Good tutorial, great written rationale here, describing your experience with the tutorial, and fantastic post. All right, good job, Jay. Thank you.